Southwest Florida is out of Idalia's cone, but that doesn't mean we're out of the woods. Thank you for joining us for Wink News at 11. I'm Amanda Hall.
I'm Chris Safadi. The latest update has just come in, so let's get right over to Chief Meteorologist Matt Devitt. Any changes?
That's right. So, and to reiterate, we are out of the woods with the direct landfall impact, but we still will see an influence from the system being on the eastern side. Let's punch up Weather 1 because I want to show you the infrared satellite imagery, those showers and storms flaring up. And you can see how we had a convective burst right there, and it is absorbing that energy. Sometimes there's a bit of a delay in strengthening, and the National Hurricane Center is still going to keep this as a tropical storm at the moment. The wind field right now is about 180 miles wide in diameter, shaded in yellow. Western Cuba is already feeling it. So the 11 o'clock advisory just came in. There's the max winds at 70. The threshold for hurricane is 74, so it's almost there. Pressure's at 983 millibars, which is about 4 to 5 lower than what we had at 5 o'clock, and it's pushing to the north at 8 miles an hour. But cannot stress enough, the theme this morning has not changed. The theme this afternoon didn't change, and it's still not changing. This is not going to be a Southwest Florida storm. As we narrow in on that cone, there's been a few little fluctuations west and east, but nothing drastic like what we had with Ian. And I hope that does bring at least some reassurance. And folks, we're only 36 hours away from the landfall, as anywhere within this red area has the highest probability, and that does include between Apalachicola, Tampa Bay, and especially the Big Bend with a Category 3 potential. So look at the models. This was last night at this time, and look at now. They're going in the right direction for us. Wrong direction for the Florida Big Bend, as it has shifted 30 miles to the west, and not like Ian, consistently down the coast. And I always preach that every storm is different, and Idalia is different from Ian. Tropical storm warning because of our proximity to the system on the east. A storm surge of 2 to 4 feet is going to be possible locally, and then 8 to 12 feet up the coastline. Here's the timeline for tomorrow morning. Some outer bands will be possible from time to time. Winds sustained at 10 to 20. Some occasional gusts ranging from 20 inland to 35 along the coast, with tides 1 foot or less. Then for the afternoon and evening hours, we see those off and on bands of rain and squalls, sustained 15 to 35, depending on where you live, inland versus coast, which the dividing line is I-75. Some occasional bursts of wind, 40 to 55, a surge of 2 to 4 feet. And then for Wednesday morning, sustained 15-30, gusting 35 to 50, and a surge of 2 to 3 feet. And here is how it will look. Future track model tomorrow afternoon and evening. As the worst part of the storm, avoid Southwest Florida. I can say that with confidence, as the system will still bring on the eastern side bands of rain and storms. I'm tracking at about 400 miles to our southwest, but despite that, we have seen our first outer bands and squalls associated with the system. This is a fast mover, and it does have a little bit of rotation with it. I have monitored that on radar. Lightning, heavy rain. It's pushing north at 25. Heads up, Boca Grande, Cape Hayes, Grove City, and Englewood. The feeder band will be moving through. But complete coverage on the system and everything that you need to know in just a bit.